My name is Buonamici. I'm a resident assistant for Jenks West second floor. I'm currently a junior and I'm an athletic training major. So I want to be an RA next year because I enjoy meeting new people and building new relationships. Spending time with my residents really allows me to do that. And also just being involved on campus more. Between the social media collateral I was in, just creating advertisements for 4 programs and events going on campus, that really allowed me to express my creativity, and it made me feel like I had a sense of purpose in what was going on campus, and that just made me feel special. My goal as an RA next year is to become an SRA, and I plan to do that by being more proactive with the resident assistant position and also just taking on more of a leadership role among my staff members. I'm going to challenge myself next year by taking what I learned at the ISRA conference from other RAs at other schools and applying them to what I do on my floor so I can step outside of my comfort zone and what I usually do and try new things. One of my successes this year was I had a water pong program and I had almost 40 people go to it. It was really successful and I really liked it because it takes a controversial college activity and I was able to make it work in the residence halls safely by using water, and I had the residents learn about the effects of alcohol abuse and why it's important to stay properly hydrated, and they were able to learn these things while having fun and enjoying the activity. My most challenging moment this year was I had 2 instances in the middle of the night where I had to react to an emergency situation. One of my residents is a diabetic and he had 2 diabetic emergencies. So I had to instantly focus and react and know to call the RHD on duty and campus public safety. And it really just showed me that you can never have too much training in those types of emergency situations, and as an RA you always need to be prepared in any situation at any time of the day when you're in the residence halls. As an athletic training major, I have to do clinicals every semester. This past year I had to do 150 hours per semester. Next year though, I'm going to have to do 225 hours per semester. And I'm going to balance that by just learning from my experience from balancing it this year. Just be proactive with communicating with my RHD and my staff members and my residents as far as what my class schedule and my clinical schedule is, what times I'm available each day, so I know what gaps in my schedule I have to schedule programs or meetings, or just that bonding time with my staff that's so precious that sometimes I don't get to enjoy all the time because I'm really busy. I've also learned that, with my busy schedule, it's just as important for me as completing, my schoolwork and, completing RA duties. It's just as important for me to have that me time, to where I carve an hour or 2 out of my busy day, for myself and for spending time with my residents, just so I can maintain that casual, strong relationship I have with them throughout the year. I've balanced the RA role and school really well this year. This past fall semester was my best semester academically as far as GPA goes. I finished with a 3.7 and I made the dean's list. So being an RA didn't put more things on my plate. It really just made me a stronger student and a stronger individual. If I could change one thing about the Residence Life Department, I would say just improved organization and communication, not only for the residents at AU, but for the staff as well, just so we can better the overall experience of living on campus. At the beginning of this year, the first thing my staff told me was that, being an RA is great, but there's a lot of times where there's going to be a lot of things going on at once and you're going to feel like you're in over your head a little bit, but one way I've found to stay focused and overcome that is I've hung my acceptance letter on my wall in my room, just so when life does get busy and I do have a lot to manage, I can just look at that letter and remember how excited I was when I first got the position, and that usually gives me the fuel and the encouragement to keep pushing forward and stay on top of all my work. So to encourage and support new staff members, I would just tell them to do the same thing and just remember how you felt when you first got the position. This past year, there was kind of a lull in the middle of the year where we didn't see each other as much and we kind of lost that connection we built during the summer at RA training. There just wasn't as much energy and enthusiasm, as the year went on. So as a returner, what I would do to help my staff is I would try to implement activities at my meetings that have to do with diversity and getting comfortable with sharing personal information with each other so that that connection is consistent throughout the whole year and our comfort with each other only grows as the year goes on. I look forward to continuing helping Res Life grow as a staff and ultimately improving life on campus.